Everybody, what's up? This is Pheedbaq here, and this is a game I wanted to get into a couple months back. I posted one video of just some quick gameplay, but I really do want to get into the game in earnest. In fact, I already have. I've spent probably like 60 hours on PC and a good portion here on the Xbox One. So this is Elite Dangerous, so let's get into it, see what it's all about. Should be a nerd fantasy come true. I know it is for me. It's all about space exploration, space combat, and trade. I've already got my game set up. Plugged a whole lot of hours into it already. So I'll just drop into open play here and show you guys what it's all about. And this ship you're looking at right now is called the Viper, I believe. It's a fighter ship. I'll also show you what you end up starting out with. And anyway, if you don't already know, the game is basically a scale model of our Milky Way galaxy. 400 billion star systems. Probably the same, if not more, number of planets. It might be less, I'm not sure. And they've even got an expansion coming out called Horizons that, from what it looks like, is going to allow you to go from being in space to landing on a planet to getting in a rover and driving around. And it's just really cool. So anyway, here we are in Space Dock. Or Space Dock, or Space Station, whatever. I'm a Trekkie, so I'll end up using Trek terminology here on a lot of things. We got our navigation map, our transactions to see let's see, let's go to the board here. Transactions will tell you what missions you've currently taken from the bulletin board. And again, this is just a quick rundown. If you get into this game, you will have to do some reading. It does not hold your hand up front. They do have some tutorial videos, but that really just scratches the surface. There's a lot of nuance. So anyway, these available missions, and actually, I'll go ahead and take one of those so you can see what it looks like on the transaction screen. Okay, some of them have penalties if you don't complete them, but I'm taking one that does not have a penalty because the only reason I'm doing it is to show you what it looks like. Let's see, and there it is. And we got our contacts that shows you all the nearby ships, and you can also scan them. Lock target. Let's see. So that target I just locked, where was that? Must be behind me. And this is the cockpit, by the way. Pretty cool. You can see your guy working the controls here. And this, by the way, is not the ship you start out with. The one you start out with is... Let's see, go to the Shipyard. Is the Sidewinder. That's the one you start out with. It's you know, it's the lowest entry ship possible, but it gets the job done. But you'll upgrade out of that pretty quickly. You can also choose from a few more ships in the same class, I guess, but they're geared for different purposes. Sidewinder is kind of an all-around ship. Eagle is a fighter. Hauler obviously is a hauler for cargo, and then up from that is Viper, which is a fighter. Cobra is an upgraded Sidewinder, basically. Again, an all-round ship. Transporter, and then you've got others that it just keeps going and going, and they're adding more ships all the time. And so anyway, instead of boring you with more of that, why don't we go ahead and launch? And one of the things I love about this game is that it doesn't really take any shortcuts. It's like if you're docked at a space station, You gotta wait for this little sequence to finish, and then you're cleared for docking.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
And you have to actually navigate within the space station. You gotta be careful of other ships that might be around you, like that one.
Ensure you complete docking procedures within your allotted time.
Alright.
Landing gear retracted.
Pull my landing gear up. I'm gonna hit the boost.
Frameshift charge detected.
Or we're gonna watch this guy take off into hyperspace or supercruise. Whenever it says frameshift charge detected, that means they're about to, yep, they're about to jump. Another cool thing is, if you have the right equipment, you can scan these frameshift drive wakes. That's what they call your engine, the frameshift drive. And you can scan the wake and figure out where they went and follow them. So it comes in handy if you're bounty hunting. And there's the space station.
Frameshift charge detected.
We got another ship. Yeah, it looks like he's heading out too. Should see him blip away here real quick. There he goes. So anyway. Alright, so like I said, there are really three pillars to gameplay. You got combat, you've got exploration, and you've got trade. And trade is really just picking up cargo, running around, doing missions, you know, buying and selling. But what you're probably most interested in is the combat. And of course, all the views in the game are absolutely gorgeous. Just very drool-worthy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and head into supercruise here. Now, there's two different modes here. There's supercruise and hyperspace. Supercruise lets you go faster than light within the star system you're in, and hyperspace is for jumping from star system to star system. So
Frameshift drive charging.
Basically the two gears on your car here. So I'm going to jump into supercruise since I want to stay within the system. And this happens to be a system. Yeah, this is Enlave. Go to the galaxy map here. We'll show you there's 400 billion stars. Alright, so this is our current position. We're in the Enlave system. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of stuff around you. And it just goes on and on and on and on. You zoom out, see the entire galaxy. You can zoom in here to the center of the galaxy. Every point that you see here, every star, is a place you can visit. You can go to every single one of these. 400 billion. And they're soon to make it to where you can land on the planets as well, which is going to be really cool. So that'll be a lot more nerd candy for the explorers out there. I focused mainly on trade when I first started playing. Now I'm kind of into combat. But anyway, I'll show you how we plot courses here. Okay, so plot route. It tells you what jumps you're going to need to get there. You also have the option of setting economical or fast routes. So I'm going to set economical route here. Oops. What just happened there? Alright. And see how it changed. Now I've got more jumps in between, but each jump uses less fuel. So overall, I will use less fuel getting to my destination. And I know this is a lot all at once. Again, if you get into this game, you're going to be doing a lot of reading and research and looking stuff up. So my goal isn't to try and just explain the entire thing to you here. Also, there's some oddities in the galaxy, alien artifacts and whatnot that you can come across, and the community is not quite sure where that's going yet. There's a thought that at some point they're going to have maybe an alien invasion or something. So who knows? I mean, all right. But as you can see on my HUD, it shows planets and stars there. And of course, it shows you the orbital plane of all of the planets and stars. Whatnot. If I go up here, see if we can catch this at an angle. Yeah, there we go. Another cool thing you can do is you can get right up next to a star and scoop fuel from it. So if you're low on fuel, you can get... In fact, I'll go ahead and act like that's what I'm going to do here. This is the main star of the system. And if you noticed in the upper left of my HUD, oh, see the heat going up? That is the heat. It's up at 55, and it'll cool back down once you get past the star. So if you get too close, your heat sensor will go off. Go ahead and show you that here real quick. Crap. Okay, this is another thing that can happen here. Ooh, it's taking me awfully close to that. Interdiction is basically somebody trying to pull you out of supercruise so they can rob you. Maybe they're a pirate or something. So you have this little mini game here where you have to aim for an escape vector, like you saw me doing there, and you have to keep the reticle in the center of it. And if you do that enough, you can escape, and the other guy ends up dropping out of supercruise and has to wait for his frameshift drive to recharge before he can go back in. So he can't pester you again for, you know, a minute or so, which gives you plenty of time to get away. Alright, I was going to show you the heat. Yeah, let's do that. You can see over there, off to the side, another planet. Ah, shoot. Coming in too fast. There we go. One of the things about this game is they do try to account for the physics. So you, as you're traveling, you got to deal with gravity wells affecting your speed and things of that nature. Like I said, nerd candy. If you're fans of Star Trek, or if you've seen the show Stargate Universe, if you enjoyed that, then this is your game. It's just very cool. So if I had a fuel scoop right now, you would see my fuel meter going up, and as you can see now, I've got the that's my proximity sensor going off saying, hey, you're too close to the star. Not really. Let's actually get closer. It's getting right up next to it. Usually, alright, we gotta... Usually heats up quicker than this. I think I've got a lot of extra shielding on, so that's probably keeping me safe. Trying to get it up over 80. There we go. And there you go. My heat alarms are going off. So it's time to get out. Alright, so now that I've shown you guys all that, let's see. Let's show you. Go to Brunton Gateway. Alright. And you can approach your destinations straight on. You can also arc your way in, or you can do what I'm doing, which they call the Helix of Death. Basically, it's just different ways to drain your speed so that you can approach faster, because, again, like I said, you have to deal with gravity, things like that. So, and this I've found, this seems to be the quickest way to get there. Oops. Yeah, whenever it says slow down, that means basically you're approaching too fast or the wrong angle. Alright. So we'll go ahead and dock here. I'll show you guys that. You have to request clearance for docking.
Docking request denied.
Oops. I was too far away.
Docking request granted.
Docking request granted. So let's go ahead and dock here. I think I see where it's going to have me docking. Yeah, that's got to be it. That's it.
Docking successful.
Okay.
Engines disengaged.
Wow, that's about the worst docking that I've done in a long time, but whatever. So anyway, you've got outposts. This is an outpost instead of a full space station. The outposts generally don't have things like your shipyards, or they don't have as much equipment to outfit your ship with. But they do let you refuel. They do usually have a bulletin board. I think they always have a bulletin board, actually. So, you can enter the hangar. Alright, so what we're going to do now... I'm going to jump back into supercruise. And one of the main areas that you'll do combat in is
Ship released. Engine
conflict
engaged.
zones.
Landing gear retracted.
So what we're going to look for here are conflict zones within the system. And let's see, I'll go ahead and show you in the galaxy map how you can find places that have these conflict zones. Alright, so I go to system map, and that's going to bring up information about the system, like what governments are active, and let's see. Oh, okay, looks like nobody's at war anymore here. Well, it wasn't like that a few days ago. So we're probably not going to find any conflict zones here.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright. Anyway, what you're typically looking for to find conflict zones, areas where you can do some fighting, you can also earn a lot of money that way, is to look on the system map here and look at the current state of each area. It's got government, democracy, state, no state, you know. But what you're looking for is some kind of a state of war, like civil war or just war. And typically that's where you're going to find conflict zones. Alright, so the other place I'm looking for is Noashika. So we can just type in the name. There we go. It's kind of far away, but, you know, whatever. Oh, wow, there's no state of war right now. Well, shoot. Go ahead and plot